Good evening and welcome to our Gala Concert. And thank you to the two marimba bands for a spectacular and rousing opening to our evening. Let's give them another round of applause. Just some house rules. Please turn off your cell phones It messes with my instrument. Apparently I sing halfway through. Another rule, toilets. You'll find the exit to the back there where you came in, and then you walk a little and just find a spot somewhere. I'm kidding. You kind of walk a little further, and then you be like Elsa, just let it go. Having been unable to hold large-scale concerts over the last couple of years, it's been wonderful to be able to host a gala event showcasing the wealth of talent and ability of our young musicians. We are so pleased to have the opportunity to once again return to the stage in large groups and ensembles, as the experience of collaborative music making brings such joy to the staff, to the pupils, and of course, to you, the audience. The orchestra will be presenting the first movement of the Weber Clarinet Concerto, featuring Daniel Hutton on clarinet. The first movement of this concerto is a dramatic, stormy piece with furious orchestral tutti, contrasted with more reflective passages for the solo clarinet. The first movement ends quietly and mysteriously. Enjoy. Next, the orchestra will be accompanying Alexander MacIver, who will be presenting the first movement of Haydn, Piano Concerto number 11 in D major. The concerto is indeed a bright and lively piece, and for that reason, it has always been popular with audiences. Surely this young talent, Alexander McIver, and this incredible orchestra are deserving of another round of applause. Earlier this year, the band performed at the Cape Town Big Band Jazz Festival in the Baxter Theatre, showcasing their skills in front of a sold-out audience. One of the works they performed was Feeling Good, where vocalist Tato Mokotso brought the house down. Very excited to bring it to you once again tonight. This work has been performed by many singers like Nina Simone and Michael Bublé, but also more recently by singers like Avicii and John Legend. Tato brings our own special magic to this song, and it has become a band favorite. After Feeling Good, you will hear a salute to Benny Goodman, a compilation of some of these more well-known works. This exciting, fast-paced item features many drum solos by the very talented Matthew Caswell. Listen out for these thrilling solos throughout the work. After the big band, there will be 20 minutes interval. During the interval, you can enjoy a glass of water, juice. There's some light refreshments. Make sure you chew 20 times, and that will give us time enough to change the set, and then you can return after 20 minutes.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel.
somebody who needs very little by way of introduction. Drives me early to work in the morning, the breakfast show. I learned so much in the morning from him and his team. And so I'd like you to put your hands together for one of our parents, Aidan Thomas.
Thanks very much. It'll come as a massive relief to those of you who think I'm up here singing this evening. That's not the case at all. I'll spare you that. I absolutely promise you. I've been asked by the music department just to say a few words about a really worthwhile project. I've been introduced as a Westerford parent. In fact, Michelle and I are Westerford parents second time round. We've been linked to the school since 2011. In fact, I spoke to the Current Affairs Society I think it was back in 2007. I was really impressed. It was my first exposure to Westerford. Was really impressed by the school and was just incredibly thrilled that both my children have chosen this as their first choice for their high school education. Both of them have ended up in the music department. In fact, I had a very serious conversation. I was sat down by my daughter when she was in grade 10, and she had a very serious conversation with me about the car that I was driving at that time, because it didn't fit the cello that she was playing. And there was a very honest, forthright conversation about how the family needed a new car because the school needs a cellist. And I just apparently wasn't playing ball. This is how seriously music gets taken, it would seem, by this music department. And that's applaudable. That's an absolutely incredible spirit. I mean, here was the child, even when she did matric, was half the size of this thing that she was lugging around. But it's set her on a path through hard work, through determination, through sacrifice. It's set her on a path to success later on in life. I've got a son who's now in grade 11, who's performing here this evening, who until recently was signed up for 4 different instruments in the music department. Talk about bankrupting your parents willfully. But there too, just an outpouring of talent that gets channeled. I mean, you look at some of these kids here this evening, and it's hard to believe you're watching 15 and 14-year-olds. They've been molded and they've been shaped even at this very young age, and have been primed for success through a system of excellence. So why am I up here? I mean, the last thing you need with all of these really talented kids is to have me waffling on about my life and my lack of finances as a result of spewing money on kids with music. It's about money, actually, and it's about the ability of more children to be able to access the incredible program we have at the school. And as much as every child here has a burning desire, and we've seen it, we've just seen the way in which they take to the stage and they perform. Just imagine the kid who's got to sit there during an assembly, or comes to a gala concert like this, or goes to classical pops at the city hall, and also has that burning desire to want to be part of a music ensemble, but can't because of money. More tragically, what about a kid who actually has incredible talent, and that talent can never be nurtured because money becomes a problem? Well, last year a music fund was started with the lofty ideal of raising R500,000. R500,000 is not a drop in the ocean. It's a sizable amount of money. And that money's got to come from somewhere. And we're looking to people, well, like you, like us, like all of us really, to be able to contribute as much as we're able. Now, there's a piano there, and they've worked out this fantastic plan. If you buy some of the really fancy keys in the middle, so if you look in the back of your program, and if you haven't yet figured out what those amounts were, and middle C through to E and so on. I mean, I remember this vaguely from music theory when I was a kid. But sort of the closer to middle C you buy the notes, the more expensive they are, but the quicker we get to the $500,000. So we're trying to flog those notes first, you see. It gets systematically cheaper the higher up the scale you go and the lower down the scale you go. But the thinking is if we can get each of the keys on that Westerford piano sponsored, there's the $500,000 done and dusted. I mean, it's as simple as all of that. It really is. So among yourselves, we're not going to ask you for the money tonight. We're not sending an offering basket around. People are looking at me a little perplexed. No, it's not that. But it's about maybe moving within your networks. If you come from a bit of a musical background, maybe get people to chip in a little and say, well, we'll take a note at whatever the cost of the note is. And once again, all the details on the back of the program there. You know, for 1,250 Rand, you can buy one key on that piano. And it needn't be all your money. It could be a family contribution. It could be a bunch of Old Westerfordians gathering together. If maybe you're a product at the school and as former classmates, you chip together a little bit of money, everybody $100, $200. Let's see what we can do to try and get this target as quickly as possible. The details are on the back here of how many kids we need to sponsor, how many instruments we need to buy. And in translating those lessons and loan instruments into the reality of it being in kids' hands, we can quite literally change lives. There'll be a sad indictment if there are learners at the school who have the ability, who have the talent, who have the desire to want to be part of a showcase evening like this and not able to because of money. So our appeal very simply is for all of us to, as much as we're able and as generously as we're able to dig a little, to dip a little into our wallets, and let's see what we can do to make those realities come true. 500,000 Rand is a lot cheaper than a new car for a cello. Ask me, I know. I'm sure we can get there, guys. Thanks very much for listening.
Something I've always wanted to say was holler at your boy. That's the famous byline in the morning with Aidan Thomas. Aidan does some incredible work on radio. The Siakanya choir originated as a pupil-run choir. Started by two passionate Westerford pupils. Since 2021, they've been under the directorship of Noma Postila Niki. They have performed at numerous events, including cultural evenings at Westerford and schools in the area. Tonight you will hear the song Tiko Bawo by Selected Voices, followed by Intongayam by Abantwana. We are looking forward to hearing much more of Siakanya Choir in the future.
Yummy.
Simakate, sonini na nini na somanda, simakate.
Doyam yandi tutuzela. Told you about that. Next, the concert band takes you on a trip. They begin their performance with the traditional folk song, Shosholoza, the song of pride and strength. Then we move far north to the Hebrides Islands. The composer Mendelssohn visited the islands and was inspired by the beauty of the cave called Fingal's Cave to write this piece. Lastly, we go to Colombia, to the coastal port city of Buenaventura, and enjoy the Latin and jazz influence in this piece. such a richness to Buenaventura. I think let's just give him another round of applause. The choir will be performing Totos Africa together with the Reduced Concert Band. The song tells a story about a man's love of the continent Africa, and I'm sure it is a familiar favorite that everyone will recognize. Enjoy. We are nearly at the end of the concert, and our evening will finish with the performances from the school's two rock bands. The first band will kick us off with Gemma Schendinger singing, "Girl, Put Your Records On." I tell you, that's my favorite song. So I bet you just let your hair down. Followed by Julia Bull singing "Lonely Boy." The second band will follow, opening with "Just a Girl," sung by Isabella Goodwin. And the first number, that's the final number, will be "Black Eyes," sung by Maxine Wells. We hope you've had an enjoyable evening and hope that you have a safe journey home.
Now, not only is it the end of the concert coming up, but it's also the end of the matric year. So speaking for the matrics in the rock band, as this is our last concert, we thought we'd dress up a little. Now, we do need permission to do these kind of things, so can I get a permission from the crowd? Anyone? Thank you! Please enjoy.
Three little birds sat on my window, and they told me I don't need to worry. Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. Little birds that will touch on the concrete. Maybe sometimes we feel afraid, but it's alright. The more things seem to change, the more they stay the same. And don't you think it's strange? Girl, put your records on, tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your head down. Set up faded jeans, I hope you'll get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your head down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow. As the sky is so nice and lonely, sitting tea in the bar by the roadside. Don't you let those other boys fool you. Gotta love that Afro tattoo. Maybe sometimes we ain't that's alright. The more things seem to change, more that they stay the same. And don't you think it's strange? Girl, put your records on, tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your head down. Seven faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your head down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow. Just more than I could take. Pity, but pity say, some nights kept me awake. I thought that I was stronger. When you're gonna realize that you don't even have to try any longer. Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, put your head down. Seven faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, put your head down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow.
think we need to give all our musicians tonight another round of applause. Good night, everybody, and drive safely.